Hello everybody and welcome to the Scottish Renovation. It's just me, Harry, today because Tom has been extremely busy at work, so he hasn't actually had a second to even come over and have a look what we've done. Today's job is full attention to garden room slab. So me and Lee, there's Lee, need to move all these out the way first so that because we want to put the rest of the hardcore that's there into the hole. But to do that, we need to be able to get the telehandler, the bucket or actual telehandler through the kitchen into here. Bucket's now on the telehandler. Time to get all of that through there and into the garden room. So we tried to get the bucket through the kitchen and it just about fits, but the boom, when it goes out, then it all just goes to complete red and it's going to tip over. So we're going to have to take the buckets around and then just use the digger to put it in as we go.
Change of plan again. We thought best not to do that because otherwise we're double handing everything. So instead we thought we'd use the digger to just load up wheelbarrows to take them through the kitchen.
Right, wheelbarrow's loaded. We've got the first lot in here and now Lee started to rake it into the first layer. So then we can whack that layer and then get another layer on.
We then, however, run out of hardcore.
So while we're going to wait for the hardcore, we're going to clear this up, get that over on the hardcore pile, well, the dumping pile for now. So when that's done, then hopefully the new hardcore will come and we can carry on with filling the garden room.
Hardcore was then delivered. We've got a full lorry which is 19 tonnes, which is way too much than we actually need for this bit, but at least we've got more for future. But it is now so weird to have the garden room at one level.
Right, that is all done and clear. They've all gone for the day now, so it's just me. But it is certainly much clearer. All that's been cleared, all that pile's gone. For the new hardcore delivered, but it's there, so it's out of the way more. So yeah, that's been cleared. All along here's been cleared, ready for the scaffolding as well. And then we've got through here up to the level we need. It is 6:30 in the morning. I am just leaving to go to get some bags of lime and also the little like concrete things that the mesh can sit on. We had to then do the sand on top of the hardcore. Then we had to do this damp-proof membrane. The sand is there so the damp-proof membrane doesn't rip. I had to go and get some more of this because we ran out. And I ran out of tape as well, so that was good. Tape has been secured. I got 2 packs of 2, except I dropped this one on the floor in the shop. But other than that, all good. Now on my way back to go and tape up more DPM. Once that's done, then we had to do all of the, actually no, that's a lie, because before we did the damp-proof membrane, we did the drainage for the toilet.
We're putting this toilet in, so if we're in the garden, we've got a very easy access toilet and we don't have to traipse through the house.
So that's all sorted, all nice, that's all nice and tidy. Then, once the drainage was done, it was then on to the damp-proof membrane, which I just said, and then on to the steel mesh. In the garden room, we've got to have 2 layers of mesh, just the way it was engineered, because originally we were going to have just a suspended timber floor, but then as the digging started and we found out the whole kind of money pit situation, I just wanted to have just a solid concrete floor, because where we're going to have flagstones in the kitchen coming through here, I didn't want a difference in flooring types, because I didn't want the timber one, like over a few years, to kind of start not sagging, but there'd be difference, because I don't want the flagstones to crack or anything. So I wanted just a nice concrete slab to go throughout the whole house. So that's why we had to change everything. It's a thicker mesh as well than we're using all the other ones, because it was all as per what the structural engineer has specified. This slab's going to be a 200mm slab, so it's quite a thick slab. The rest of the house ones are about 150, but then they went down at the sides, where this is just full 200. We had to also build this shuttering, and we wanted to do it very, very securely to ensure that there is no leakage of concrete, because I don't want any bulges out here or anything. So that took a little bit of work to get all of that done. But we're now ready for the pour, so I'm very excited for that. I just hope it doesn't rain a lot between now and then, because it's going to end up like a swimming pool. At the start of this week, this was still a solid wall. Oh, I shall show you the before. What we had to do, rather than doing it top down like we did most of the other ones, because it was lower, we didn't need to do that. And also, I really just wanted to keep as many of the stones as possible how they were, because they're really nice. So they've been kept. We were trying to find a bit where it could go, because obviously we don't want that window in the toilet, and we don't want the window, because there's a wall kind of here for then the dressing room of that bedroom. So to try and find a part of the wall that could actually have the window was rather annoying, because it also tied where all the stones were and everything, but we found a way. But Kev and Lee broke through, and then this is the finished window. We've matched the sandstone. So we've got sandstone sill and a sandstone lintel at the top, because that perfectly matches the window that we've got for the kitchen, where the kitchen sink's going to be. Granted, I need to clean them up a bit, because these were, what were these? These were the skew stones that we took off of the kitchen barn roof. So they need to be cleaned up to match the kitchen, but it's a lovely opening, and it shall look lovely with kind of a black aluminium window in there. This is the window from the inside, and it's quite nice because where we've got the face there, the window can go up against it, so then it gives as much glass as possible. And then Kev's also sculpted either side so that it's kind of angled out to match the other window that's going to be, well, this is the bathroom, then you've got dressing room and bedroom, but same rough area. So they let as much light in as possible. We've also done it so that the new window sits as far out as possible, because then it gives us a massive windowsill, because we're going to have a bath here. So it's nice to have, I don't know, candles and all that kind of stuff on there. This is the size of the window, which is obviously the size of the opening. But that'll be lovely. It literally is like a pit wall, without the scaffolding there. But without the scaffolding there, it literally is like a picture frame of the view. So I'm rather happy with that, but I'm glad that window's done. So the only other opening and window we've still got to do is the one for my office. With this window, so Kev started it, so we've got the sill in at the bottom, which is going to be granite, and then we're going to have a granite lintel to match that window there, because we want where the one for the bath matches the kitchen one on that elevation, we want this one to match that one. So we're trying to find as much granite that fits in as possible, whether we have some coins here and there as well. But we've got the sill, we've got the lintel already. That's, can't remember where I put it, but we have it safe somewhere. So that's very exciting. Kev had to stop because, as you can see, the scaffolding was being put up, and trying to do that while having the scaffolding installed was a bit of a pain. While Kev and Lee are carrying on with all the outside openings, I'm in the cheese loft again, finishing my bolts and bits and bobs. However, it's just getting more and more annoying now, because these ones in here, you can't get the ratchet on them because it's just not wide enough. I don't know where I put the ratchet there. It gets on there, but then you can't get it on there. And even if you take the socket off and put it on there first, it doesn't fit. So I thought, oh, I'll go get the grinder so I can grind them off. The grinder also doesn't fit, and that's a new blade as well, so that's as long as it can be. So I have to tighten. Well, I thought they were the last ones. I was going to have to tighten with just a spanner, but now it's going to have to be these ones as well. But I've got, once that run's done, I've got 2 more bolts to put in up there, and then I've just got to grind off the rest of the tie ones, tighten those up, they're all in already anyway. Then hoover the rest of the roof, and then I can do the spraying so it's ready to start the insulation in here, like we've started in the other section. It's now the next morning, excuse my hair. It's 6 in the morning. Last night I finished all the vacuuming and all the prep. I just need to carry on with putting the plastic down. But I thought I'd come over first thing, get it all sprayed so that it has as long as possible to vibe. So I need to finish plasticking and then get in my little boiler suit thing and do the spraying. Right, that is everything sprayed and I'm very hot. And now go back, have a nice shower and enjoy the weekend. But I'm so glad cheese loft is now done, ready for installation. And I'm glad I put the plastic down because a lot drips. So all good. At the end of the week, we had quite the logistic nightmare because the scaffolding needed to go up, but we had delayed steel and it took us longer to do the garden room slab. So everything kind of converged and it's meant that now we have this section here because that's not in the way, which means that we can then get the steel behind the granite over there. It's rather weird being up here because we've never had scaffolding on this section. We only had scaffolding on the house, obviously previously when we were doing the roof on there. So it is rather odd. And the wall heads are actually quite good. Obviously, they still need a bit of a dust off and everything, but they're pretty solid. So there's really not much work on at least this section to get it where it needs to be. There is a little bit more on the section over here. Obviously, I can't go there yet because there's no scaffolding. But this kind of section isn't too bad as well, but along here and everything. I also need to sort out this roof tree because roof tree has been growing since the whole time we've been here. And I need to pull it out. We tried to pull it out the other day, but the roots go quite deep. So I think we need to kind of dismantle the wall a little bit to be able to get it out so there's no roots left in there. That's a job I need to do another day. I don't know what tree it is actually, but I feel like we should take it out and plant it somewhere and just have roof tree in a separate place, actually in the ground rather than in the roof. But I can do that next week once the scaffolding is a bit more along here. I don't really want to walk on all this. But it's so weird being up here. And with a lovely, lovely view. I can't wait to get the rest of the scaffolding up so I can actually look around other bits as well. But it's certainly fun being at this stage again. It just feels like so much progress is being made. Our plan next week is quite intense, but very exciting because we're going to get the steel put in here, which is going to be a bit intense, but we'll get it in. So still in there. We've also got that's going to be coming on Tuesday. So we should be able to get that in on Tuesday as well. Then we've got the pour for the garden room. That shouldn't take very long at all. It's happening first thing in the morning. So then we have to kind of leave it for 2 days to obviously cure. We also want to finish by the end of next week. I want all door openings done, all windows. I want the above in the bedroom door all finished. And I want that window finished. And all the scaffolding should be going up at the end of the week, so probably Friday, because ready for the trusses that are going to be coming on the Tuesday after. And then it's time to put all the trusses on, get going with the rest of the roof. Lastly, it's been a very costly week this week because we've ordered all the roof lights, the 2 massive ones there, the 3 the other side, and then the modular roof light that we're going to have on the flat roof for the hallway extension. I've ordered the steel, I've ordered and paid for all the roof trusses. The scaffolding, there's been a lot. So it's been quite an expensive week, but that means we've got lots of progress, so I'm very happy. So that's the renovation week update. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. If you don't want to miss any future videos, make sure you hit the notification bell. Hopefully next week as well, Tom should be able to join us because he won't be as busy at work. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.